What's happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight for the monthly rip and series of Needle in a Wax Stack. And tonight we have before us a sealed box of 92 Score. This is Series 2, and ironically enough, I have not opened a box of these since 2020. So it's been nearly exactly 3 years since I've opened a Series 2 box of this, which is pretty surprising. But tonight we're chasing down some pretty hard to pull cards. We have autographs, possible autographs of Musial, Mantle, and Yastrzemski, 3 different individual autos, and also 1 card of all 3 of these legends signed together to 500 copies. The other ones, they signed 2,000 each. Or if we strike out and don't find one of those, I would be just as happy, probably not just as happy, but still content finding a Chuck Knobloch auto. Back in 1992 when I was a kid, I was probably pumped, much more pumped to pull the Chuck Knobloch auto than I would be to pull any of these guys, which doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it was back then. But Chuck Knobloch signed 3,000. Those sell for about 20 or 30 bucks if you can track one down on eBay. These ones, the Musial and Yaz, they sell for about 100 bucks raw. Mantle's about $1,000 card. So, and these boxes have spiked in recent times. I noticed they're about 50 bucks a box, and I bought this a while ago, and I've been kind of sitting on it for this series specifically. So let's dive in and see if we could find any of these autos. Even pulling a regular franchise insert is very difficult to do. And I appreciate you guys all being here. I should be being more aware of my time, because tomorrow's a big, and when I say big, I mean massive card show at the Washington Crown Mall in Washington, PA. Over 300 tables set up. I'll be set up there as well. I got a bunch of wax for sale, 20 cent, or I guess 5 for $1 boxes, some vintage, some slabs, all kinds of stuff. If you're in the area, definitely make the trip out. It will most definitely be worth your time. So let's rip into 92 Score Series 2 and see if we can find any of these autos. Really, no big name rookies in Series 2 other than Manny Ramirez. That would be the big one. Back when I was a kid, Aaron Seeley was the one that I was pumped on this year. But I always liked the Dream Team cards a lot, and I always liked this design too. Especially, it was a breath of fresh air after 91 Score in their ridiculous color schemes. Right off the bat, we have Scott Erickson, very dramatic Dream Team card there. Jack Morris, our first rookie card is going to be Scott Ruffcorn. I feel like Cliff Floyd is probably in this series as well. There's Tom Glavine, Dennis Martinez, and Greg Olson. Finish the first pack out. And I pulled franchise Mantle, the regular inserts, once, a long time ago. Not the autograph, though. There we have Older Than Dust, Ron Karkovice. And, of course, we have the trash bag-like wrappers that are literally the bane of my existence. There's Pudge Rodriguez, second-year card of him. And the Browns Bob Feller commemorative card, Ryan Simmery Big Head. I used to like those as a kid, I think, but I don't really like them anymore, as you can imagine. Clemens Cy Young Award card, and also Ripken Man of the Year. And there is Karkovice getting kicked in the junk. Very interesting photo. Is that Alvaro Espinoza? Certainly not what he looks like. Very dirty fighter. There's Corey. Says, hard times have hit the TPI studios. 93 Score, 90 tops, 92 Score. Here's a little something to help the next box. Corey's at the house. What is happening, Corey? Thank you very much for that, man. You know, we have definitely fallen on hard times around here. And hopefully that $5 super chat pulls me out of it. I know I have the next rip coming up. I think it's going to be 90, is it 95 Stadium Club, 96, a double box rip. The next Turn Back the Clock Tuesday, and I have some more Sports Illustrated heading this way as well. I opened 98, 99. I bought 2 boxes of 97 because there was possible autographs, so I'll rip those at some point. But I'd like some ideas on some more expensive boxes, so feel free to throw them my way if you have any ideas of stuff I haven't ripped. There's a Babe Ruth commemorative card. Hojo Big Head. There's a Cal Ripken, most valuable player. Puckett Highlights, Trammell, and Bryn Smith ends that pack. 94 Flair Series 2. That's what Paul L. always says, too. I opened a box of those years ago, but maybe it's time to revisit those again. I guess it's 2011 tops. That'd be nice. I've never opened a pack of 2011 tops, believe it or not, because my brother's opened probably more than anybody else. Be very careful when opening these, because with my luck, I would haphazardly just tear into this, and the auto would be in there, and I'd ding all the corners up. There's Jose Offerman again. I would have been stoked on that card back as a kid. Lee Smith, Big Head, Dennis Martinez. Cliff Floyd rookie card shows up. The best card probably seen yet. Dave Martinez and Jeff Johnson. That's not really saying a whole lot. Cliff Floyd rookie card, but one I have in the rookie box. The rookie box, all those rookies actually. Especially the 192 bone where he's dunking a baseball. Can't leave that one out. One of my thoughts on Topps Finest. I'd love to open older Topps Finest. I've opened 94, I think, maybe 95. 93 would be an awesome one, but those boxes are like $2,000. So I'll probably never do one of those. Jason Grimsley, once again, here he is. I don't know if I still have his 92 deck sitting next to me. It was over here, and it's a giant mess as I was going through things for tomorrow's show. But Paul L., you probably remember it. He was the one on the 92 deck card that had some sort of freakish arm. Kind of the same way here as well. It just looks like some sort of, I don't even know, monster. Absolute monster. Craig Biggio, Motion Dream Team was a sick one back then. Chris Cooper, what's happening, man? With the Don West emoji. I need to update those very, very soon here. Very soon. So it should be a pretty quick rip tonight. Hopefully we'll find something hiding out here. Jack Morris leads it off. George Brett. There's Tony Fernandez and his antics. Darren Holmes. And there's a Gil Heredia rookie card with some sort of weird abnormality on it that I'm obsessed with. Gwyn Dream Team card for Tango. Lee Smith, Dennis Martinez. Bob Patterson, and Mark Grace. I saw Bob Patterson 92 Donruss at a flea market, a local flea market not long ago. I think it was like 40 bucks. So, Nick Morgan says, Kodiak Bear rookie card, please. Kodiak Bear is actually right here in the background, so we must pay homage to the Kodiak Bear rookie and all the other random nonsense in the background. And the original JC rookie card, the extended rookie, was located today as I was going through boxes, so there may be some things making a comeback here you haven't seen in a while, including Paul Heron's disc. Dave Hollins was a big name back then, and I was pumped on him. Gwyn, the Dream Team. Jose Hernandez. There we have the great Ty Cobb. Speaking of Ty Cobb, I just watched Field of Dreams again last night. My favorite movies of all time. My girlfriend has never seen it, so she watched it with me, and she was very, very into it. She's like, that's like the best movie ever. It's an amazing movie. But Ty Cobb card triggered my memory of that. Sheffield Johnson. Paul Abbott. Jarvis Brown. Whatever became of Jarvis Brown. Yeah, Field of Dreams is my favorite movie, my favorite baseball movie of all time, I should say. Henderson, Donnie Paul, and there is Canseco, mid-battle cry. Blair says, I just got back from Dyersville, Iowa, where it was filmed. That's sick, man. I always wanted to go to the original field. I was actually watching the intro to the 2021 game. And I was wondering, curious what they're going to do with that whole entire plot of land. I heard that Frank Thomas purchased it and he was going to build like a sports complex there. And there might have been a possibility he's going to tear down the old field. There's a ball on. It's always like that car when I was a kid. Darren Lewis, no sign of any prominent insert cards yet. Biggio Dream Team. So Scott Brocious. Leslie said, I got the package today. Thanks for trading in. Awesome. I'm glad it arrived safe, Leslie. Thank you very much for that Dave Martinez error card. Been wanting that one ever since I found out about it. Nick West is pumped on the unearthing of the JC rookie. Ramon Martinez, I missed something. I apologize. There's Corey. Did you get everything done for the show, or are you going to be packing the car at 10 p.m.? Yeah, Corey, you know what? You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I have not got that much done yet. So I've been pricing wax and stuff like that, and not a whole lot has gotten done yet. So it's going to be a late night probably, or a very early morning. I got to leave at like 6 a.m. to be out there. But the show's from 9 to 4 tomorrow. But I think I should be able to make do. You did pack in the car at 3 a.m. Paul L., you're probably not wrong. And look at that. Never was our face more hideous than that one right there. Zane Smith to greet us on the back of the pack. An awful way to open a pack to be greeted by him. Blaine Beatty. Jay Kiplinger says, I'm so surprised he procrastinated. That's so unlikely. I told Corey a while ago. I was like, wait, man, it's gonna be the Friday before. I'll still be doing stuff. But I mean, in reality, a lot of the stuff I'm trying to get rid of there is stuff from the store. So a lot of it was already priced, but I'm going back through and repricing it all. And I'm gonna have a table full of whatever 5 for $1 boxes, because I have a ton of that stuff, and wax sets, showcase with some slabs and I don't know, more higher end cards, I should say. And that will be it. Hopefully I can find some cards on my PC there tomorrow. There's a Puckets. Always like that one. Cliff Floyd rookie card again with Brian Barber. We got 2 first-round draft picks. I used to love this design when I was a kid. It was freaking amazing. Carlos Garcia, Mark Gubaza, and Edgar Martinez to end that pack outs. I bring the Dave Martinez error card to the show. I am not. The error card were made on my PC in the error box, which I was actually going through a little bit ago. I stumbled across it by accident. It was full of a bunch of other stuff. And I have to make it its own box here. Todd Benzinger, gonna make a trip to Maryland here pretty soon to track down that 5-cent Todd Benzinger. I think it was 91 per deck in the Antique Mall. Wild Thing, Mitch Williams, Hojo, and Steve Lake. I feel like I've never seen that card before, so declaring Mandela effect on that one. Krusty says, hopefully the bathrooms have tip at a card show like the last one I went to. Joseph C., I missed him. Thank you for that, Corey. Wally Moon's Unibrow says, was Field of Dreams a double feature with, with Goonies? Still getting flack for not watching Goonies yet. I told my girl that we have to watch that this weekend, so maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow night. I was like, we can watch Goonies or Field of Dreams, and I insisted on Field of Dreams instead because I felt like watching that. It's been a while. But Goonies may even be, I wouldn't say tonight because I got a lot to do, but tomorrow night, Scott Radinsky looking an awful lot like a younger version of Charlie Huff, if ever such a thing existed. Creeping me the hell out. Craig Biggio and Pete Smith. King Doobie says, Dave, I stuck my elbow out to get hit by a pitch, Hollins. Thanks, I'm so glad the score labeled these as baseball. I get really confused with the players and the packs. Yeah. I think they had, this is just 2 different designs. Score always did that too. There was a couple brands that did that, but I guess Score made Pinnacle, and in various years they had 4 different variations of pack wrappers. They did the same thing in 91. Jeff Bagwell with the boxes. Wilson Alvarez, there's Tyler Green. Don Wakamatsu, never heard of him ever, as Cal Eldred. Was stoked on that card as a kid. There's that creepy imposter Charlie Huff, and Biggio to end the pack outs. Of course, his Channel Killer is in full effect. Nick West says, hey Corey, did you get stuck in the weather? Yeah, Corey sent me a video of the gorilla hail that they've had in the South, and it's freaking gnarly. Never heard of such a thing before. Robert says, I pulled more autographs out of Upper Deck than Score. Hank Aaron, Nolan Ryan on 91. Never pulled a franchise before. That's freaking awesome, man. Congrats on that. I do have 1 box of 91 Upper Deck sitting around. I forget what series it is, if it's the Aaron or the Nolan. Benji Gill, cringeworthy name for Paul L., but you can imagine as a young lad, an 8-year-old kid in 92, I was definitely rooting for him, at least temporarily. Leslie says, do any of you others in the chat have any Claude Osteen baseball cards? I may have some more to turn up, Leslie. I still have a bunch of vintage to go through, so I pulled out the ones I saw in the meantime and sent to you. Brian Barber, so the Manny Ramirez rookie card looks like that, if we see it. Carlos Garcia, Royce Clayton, John Habian, and Tony Phillips. Paul is probably rooting for him for a few weeks. I think it definitely was a few weeks. Lee Criterion Racers in the house. What is happening, Lee? Appreciate that, man. It's good to see you in here. Corey posted a link to Lee's channel. Posted a video not too long ago, a couple days ago, I believe. All the days blend together now. Check him out. Give him a sub if you have not already. Tango says, I'm always down to buy in for the dizziness of an Upper Deck rip. Yeah, you definitely need to take meds before opening a box of early 90s Upper Deck. Tom Glavine Cy Young Award. Tom Foley. It's an interesting photo. All kinds of action happening in these shots. And we're ripping probably, what, halfway through the box now? No sign of any franchise or my beloved Chuck Knobloch autograph. Chris Hoyles for Corey's PC. Same exact faces we've seen the entire time. Butler's a Saberhagen. Zane Smith. I thought it was going to be back-to-back Zane Smiths. That would have been awful. Jeff King and Chris Hammond. Yeah, definitely were nice cards. I love these when they came out back as a kid. They were 55 cents a pack, and I used to buy a ton of them. Whoa, we got something here. What is it? We have the one with all three of them on here. We got a franchise insert. How crazy would that be if I pull the freaking auto? Oh, man. Oh, man. They signed 500 of this card. We have Musial, Yaz, and Mantle on here. They signed it in gold ink. Could it be the freaking auto? I am... Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You might be able to see the ink because we went down a little far. I would lose it if that was the auto. I think it's not going to be the auto. Oh, man. Not the autograph, but how freaking sick is that card? Still not one that I have ever owned or pack pulled, and these are tough to freaking pull, these franchise cards. Covered by Omen, Ed Woodson. That's still an awesome one, though. I'll keep that in the PC. I mean, these don't have much value to them like this without autos. They're a couple bucks, but still difficult to pull. I pulled a Stan Musial one time out of a pack, probably 3 years ago, I think, and that was it. But that's what the auto looks like. They signed, all three of them signed it in gold ink, and they signed 500, but what a freaking awesome card. Chris's PSA it's. So that really sucks the fun out of life and the rest of the box. There's a Bucket, Larkin, Big Head. Pendleton, most valuable player, hated his guts back in 1992. David Cohn and Mark Williamson. Paul says, didn't they only make about 12,000 of the card without autos? It might be something like that, man. I forget the actual numbers. Same thing with 91 score, the Mantle set. The non-autos, they're very tough to pull. I think I pulled one out of all the 91 score Series 2 that I've opened. And you'd think they'd sell for more money because of how hard they are to pull. Same with these ones. Gwyn Big Head, we got an Alan Watson. Was definitely stoked on Alan Watson as a young lad. Brent Gates, probably him too. All the prospects, super pumped on him. Cal Ripken, Dufek says, yeah, signed vertically on the card. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was looking at comps before the video. Couldn't find that one in particular, but even on Baseball Carpedia, yeah, they signed, with the boxes being so small on there, they signed, you know, far up enough that you would see it right away. Glavin, how crazy would that freaking be to pull that one, though? That would be absolutely insane. Second year, Jeff Bagwell, Rookie of the Year. Chris Jones and the Broken Bats. Cliver says, which shorter players you hated or liked? I'd definitely say players that I hated. There's Goose Gossage. I don't know. Paul L. would have to be put to the test on that one because the hatred list is pretty freaking long, guys. I was pumped on. It goes on and on. I could sit here and just, whatever, go through a Beckett or a stack of, a box of older cards, and it was probably either one or the other for everyone. There wasn't a whole lot of guys I was indifferent on for whatever reason. Tom Candiotti, notorious for his unibrow back in the 80s, but seems like he lost it by 92. Jim Poole, there's that creepy Jason Grimsley again. Anderson, Will Clark, Dream Team card. Laddie Renfro, there's a Ramon Martinez. And a Darrell Hamilton. Tangos is probably 58 to 42 on hated. Dufex says, how about 92 Donruss Elite for the Ripken Auto? That Ripken Auto is definitely very hard to track down. That would be going open, 92 Donruss. I try to go back and switch it up from time to time, not open the same boxes month after month. But the series, it's about obviously chasing down legendary cards that, when we were kids, could only dream of owning. But it's also at the same time, you can still buy all these boxes for, anyone can afford them. They don't break your wallet. Like I said, these have gone up to like 50 bucks. I think when I bought this box, it was like 20, 25. But obviously, the more people open these, the more depleted they get, and the higher the price is going to go up because of the Mantle and everybody else, auto possibilities. Tina Martinez, it's like, I don't think I mentioned it, but I bought a case of 90 Topps Jumbo probably a few months ago, and I keep forgetting to show it in weekend recaps. You don't ever see cases of those. There's 20 jumbo packs, the jumbo rack packs. They're typically about 20 bucks a pack these days. I forget what I paid for it, but it was under that. And I kind of want to open it, but I don't know if I will. I don't know if I want to keep it in my sealed wax collection, but I was on eBay last night looking for 90 Topps boxes, and those keep going up too. Same thing. I couldn't find one for less than 60 bucks, something like that. which is kind of crazy to think about for 90 tops. My stash is depleted, so I got to find something quick because the first is coming up in a couple weeks. Mel Rojas. Here's Dennis Martinez. Cliff Floyd, rookie again. That's the third time seeing that. Brian Barber. I don't know if I could put Cliff Floyd on the oven watch list, though, because I was definitely pretty pumped on him back in the 90s. Junior Felix. There's a guy that I did not care for as a kid. George Brett. Girardi. Same exact collation. There's a Frank Thomas. I always like that one, though. First time seeing that as a box, and the box is dwindling down. We have 9 packs left. And, of course, I will have a bunch of the 87 Topps parallel rookies at the show tomorrow. If anyone is in the area and you want one, they are free. Tom Browning recently passed away. Kurt Manwaring. Of course, is sending me that Yaz Mantle Musial card. Now I'll send the PSA for you. I don't know if it'd be good enough for PSA, man. I don't think that I would send it. There's a white corner right there. A little bit of white on the top left, probably from my carelessness opening the pack. If that was autographed, I would hate myself. Terry Pendleton, David Cohn. There's Aaron Seeley. Was probably one of my favorite cards around this time. After Jose Lean got a DUI and went to the Royals, I turned my back on him and moved on to Aaron Seeley. Low pop. Chris Gibber says PSA 9 pop 14. That's crazy, man. Yeah, maybe I will do that, Corey. Crease it and add the PSA 1 collection. Paul says, this is a series that has that weird Jeff Reed card. Definitely series 1. Because the last box I opened, I want to say, I don't know when it was, but there's a Rod Beck rookie card. Frank Thompson, a big bat, rough corn. Yeah, the Jeff Reed having a heart attack. Pretty creepy card. Most players who get a DUI go to the Royals. Yeah, there's Ed Woodson. Chuck Knobloch. But the card he autographed was actually his 90 score, his rookie card. Is that Rob Dibble? No, what? I don't know what's with Rob Dibble, but I feel like there's like 3 cards where it has this exact same look. A 92 Studio, same look. I feel like there's another one. Maybe it's 91 Studio, but hated Rob Dibble as a kid, hated his guts. Larkin and Kevin Taverny. Huey Lewis. Yeah, Chico Lean was my favorite player there for a while, for probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Rob Ducey. There's Mike Hartley, another one of these weird anomalies. These white printing blemishes in the background. I'm obsessed with them. Craig Shipley, Tony Pena, and Brian McRae. Ends that pack. We got 5 packs left for this rip. Like I said, you want to try your luck? About $50 a box nowadays, but a lot of times you can find these 91 score series 292 for like $25. If you look around, there's like a stupid Rob Dibble card. Vinny Castilla, the other notable rookie. I forgot he was in series 2, but definitely a decent one in this set. Henderson, Canseco, Ed Sprague ends that pack. I know Paul L. probably hates Ed Sprague. The final 4, 1 franchise insert pulled. I'm still pumped on that pull regardless, though, because like I said, those are very tough. I don't know what the exact print numbers are on them, but they're tough. Lee Smith, Chris Gibber says, John, the auto of that card has only been graded by PSA 1 time. Is that so? That's freaking wild. I didn't see any sold listings. I don't think I saw any in active listings. Tony Winters, Mark Wohlers, Matt Young, Jeff Plimpton, John Habian. Not a super exciting set, but like I said, when I was a kid, I love cutting grass and doing things around my house, chores, to buy packs of these. Probably should have bought a lot more, but at the same time, as a kid, I probably would have, if I'd have pulled that Mantle autograph or any of those, I'd probably traded for like a Jose Lean rookie card or something awful like that. Hickerson, there's a Jeff Bagwell second year again, rookie of the year. Saw that one earlier. Goose Gossage, Jose Uribe, and there is Otis Nixon. Paul also is convinced that John Habian is not a real person. And 89 Topps. Oh, that's great. I love that. Last pack. Some magic here. Give me that Chuck Knobloch autograph. Mike Bordick, Reggie Sanders, second year card. Mark Grace, Brett Butler, and no other autographs or inserts to be pulled, but I'm still stoked on this one regardless. The Musial Mantle and Yaz, and definitely keep that one in my PC. The 4-card set, very awesome card. Like I said, you want to rip a box of these yourself, check around your local antique malls, flea markets. You can probably find one for like 25 bucks. Definitely worth it for the chance at pulling one of these iconic autographs. But that is it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow at the Washington Crown Mall show. Definitely check it out if you are in the area. Going to be huge, and come up and say hi. I'd love to meet you guys, and I may even post some pictures or even go live while I'm there. But hopefully I'll have a weekend recap for you Sunday. I plan on it, and I will see you all then. Till next time, have a great weekend, guys.